So I just want to do a quick video. Oh, all right, guys. So I just want to do a quick video, um, just to give you guys some starters, like some tips. So a lot of people think that, um, like a lot of people who are starting out in the fitness journey and they don't know, like if, um, they want to bulk or cut, uh, they don't know where they want to start, right? So the thing is, everyone in their mind, right, man or female, has a idea of what a lean physique looks like. They have an idea of what it means to be lean or what a healthy physique looks like, right? And I want to encourage people to really think about the concept of what it means to get lean, because a lot of people in their minds are like, I just want to lose weight, right? Now, losing weight is great. That's great. If you're obese, losing weight should be one of the main things on your mind. But overall, for not only longevity when it comes to fitness, but keeping the weight off, your mindset should be to retain muscle and burn fat. Okay. Now, I want to preface this by saying these are two different things, right? Anyone can hop on a treadmill. I see a lot of people do this all the time. Anyone can hop on a treadmill for an hour, 2 hours, run every day, and then they lose weight, right? But guess what? Your physique, right? Your physique is going to look the very same, just smaller, just shrunken, right? And then here's the thing: when you take that approach to just get on a treadmill and to lose weight, for one, you're not going to see results as fast as you would like. For two, you might see weight loss on the scale results, but your body is still going to look soft. It's still going to be pudgy. And then guess what? If you trip up on your diets, if you don't eat correctly, um, you're gonna gain that fat back really fast. You know what I'm saying? So if you're sitting here, oh, I want to rely on this cardio, it's not really going to shrink fat cells. It's all it's going to do is make you lose water weight. And then, yeah, you're going to lose fat and muscle, right? Which at this, like I said before, you're pretty much just a smaller version of your current self. And that's not the end goal that you want, guys. You know what I'm saying? This is coming from someone who used to be almost 300 pounds, right? And I've been through this process again and again and again. I've been working out for over 15 years, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been working out for a long time. So you know what I mean? And then it wasn't even until like somewhat recently when I got down the pattern of kind of getting the results that I really, really want, by dialing in a little bit more. And the thing is, like, I've always been someone who would go straight to cardio and I'll lift and do cardio and lift and do cardio and I'll get burnt out, right? And at the same time, yeah, I would be skinnier, I would be a little bit leaner, body fat percentage wouldn't really change. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, to the person can look at me and be like, okay, he looks a little bit leaner. But for me personally, I know that I wasn't burning body fat. You know, I was just getting becoming a smaller version of myself, and that's not really what I wanted, because that's not super sustainable, right? And so, guys, you have to understand that when you burn body fat and you retain your muscle, this is most important, because when you're not doing anything, you're resting, your metabolic rate is going to still be elevated. And guess what? You might have a little more leeway that if you eat something off, your muscle is going to burn that off, right? And guess what, guys? People think they're going to have look a little bulky or whatever. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? When you burn fat and retain muscle, you end up getting that look that you really want. And you have to, so it's hard for people to get out of that mindset, like, oh, cardio, 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 calories, calories, weight loss, weight loss. That's not going to give you the look that you think you want. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, once again, guys, you don't have leadway to mess around with your diet if you're not retaining muscle and all you're doing is cardio trying to lose weight. It's just not going to work, y'all. You know what I mean? So for people who don't know where to start when it comes to this, main thing you need to focus on is, instead of saying, "Oh, I want to drop down to a huge deficit," I want to drop down to 2,000 calorie deficit. I'm only gonna eat 1,000 calories. I'm gonna get on a treadmill. First off, that's a crash diet. When people do stuff like that, those are crash diets. They don't last. And then you binge eat later and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so mad at myself. And it becomes a repetitive cycle of unhealthy habits, right? So what you guys want to focus on is, honestly, you want to focus on mostly weight training, right? Cardio is a supplement. And so when I say cardio is a supplement, that means you can get on the treadmill, do maybe a 30-minute walk, zone two cardio. Do not go sprinting, do not go jogging. You don't need to do all that. But first, you need to prioritize weightlifting, right? So weight lifts, Then you can even do a walk after your weightlifting session, or you can do a morning session of just doing like zone two and then do your weightlifting later. But guys, the importance of prioritizing keeping muscle when you're on a cut is the most important thing. And once you realize that, hey, I'm prioritizing muscle, not only muscle, guys. I'm gonna do a whole breakdown video later, but weight training heavy and on a deficit is what's going to give you the look that you really want. And at first, it didn't click for me. You know what I mean? Because I didn't think I was seeing the results I wanted. But honestly, you guys just have to stick to the program. And once I stuck to the program and started focusing on and stopped focusing on, oh, what's the scale look like? Did I drop weight? Did I drop weight? Everything started to come as a cohesive collection all at once. Weight went down, muscle mass was retained, body fat percentage went down. But most importantly, like I said, muscle was retained, right? And so a lot of people are getting confused. They're like, oh, I just need to, how do I cut down on this? How do I cut down on that? You guys don't understand that when you prioritize also nutrition, nutrition is one, weight training second, because the gym is the carve. You're carving out, you're sculpting your body. Nutrition is what's going to reveal the results. You can go eat McDonald's, chips, bags of chips all day, get on the treadmill, do whatever. You're not gonna look like anything. You're gonna end up looking like one of those strong men with the big ass necks. Excuse my language, but you're gonna start looking like one of those strong men, right? Big neck, big belly, all that, right? That's not gonna really do anything for you, right? You don't want that look where you still look like you look like a sumo wrestler. You don't want that look, right? So what you want to do is you want to actually hone in on what your diet is. Oh, well, how do I do that? I can't track. D- Download MyFitnessPal. Download Lose It. There's so many fitness apps that you can track your calories, put in your information. It tells you what your maintenance is. It tells you what your deficit is. If you want to lose half a pound a week, 2 pounds a week, 1.5 pounds a week, 1 pound a week, it tells you all that in the calculator, guys. It's so simple. A lot of people overcomplicate things, and the reason people avoid doing this kind of stuff is because they don't want to take accountability, right? So if you don't want to take accountability, then you don't want real results.